Welcome to Max's house.
Max's House Isolation Series. Today I'm joined by none other than my brother. What are you doing? Stixy D? Are you Stixy D now or Stixy? Just Stixy Music?
Yeah. What, bruv? You call me what you want, bruv. Stixy,
What?
fucking.
You're in
Whatever.
my phone as Stixy D, innit? So for me, I'm on
You can.
Isolation Series, #02, and I'm with Stixy D. What's popping?
I'm here, bruv. I'm here, man. I'm here.
You know the rules, brother. What are
Yeah.
you drinking?
Yeah, bro. Don't worry. We're all. You know what I mean?
Okay. I've tried these a couple of
man.
times.
Yeah.
I need the man them say it makes you feel a bit fruity and that.
Do you know what? Yeah. I don't know if it might do, but maybe I don't notice. But I reckon it might have a little. It might do a little something. Yeah. It might add a little lead to the pencil. I don't know. It might do.
The thing is, if you've done it your whole life, you'll never know.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's like, but basically what you're saying is, if you probably always had lead in the pencil, you get what I'm saying?
Well, bro, I'm used to. To be fair, I'm used to the flavour, so maybe that could be the case. Who knows?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, brother. You know what?
It could be the case.
You knew I was doing Max's house, and we've always said that we were going to do something together.
Yeah.
And now we're here, bro. We're in isolation. What's your current situation in isolation?
Bruv, do you know what? Just keeping busy. Do you know what I mean? Obviously it's shit. Would rather have the freedom of going out and whatever, but better to always be safe than sorry, staying safe and whatnot, keeping in the house. And yeah, man, just staying busy, bro. Just keeping on task, doing the same thing I would have been doing even if we was out. So,
who are you with? Like, what's your setup at the moment? Like,
so it's me, my mum, my dad, and my brother.
Yeah, sick, bro. I mean, if you're isolated on your own, bro, I think that's terrible news.
Yeah. When you're by yourself, obviously I've got a couple of friends that live alone. And yeah, like, I mean, they're some of them are cool, but I think some of them are just like, I want to go and see like my mum or go and spend some time with the family or whatever. But they're being smart. They're like, you know what? Like, I'd rather just not have to take the risk. You know what I mean?
When did you get smart? When did you start following everything?
Do you know what? I'll be honest, more or less from the jump, to be fair. Like, we didn't really go anywhere in the house. My mum's diabetic for a start, so obviously she's according to guidelines, she's in the high risk category. So she hasn't left the house. Like, we've just been like, listen, you don't need to go anywhere. So if like anyone needs to go shop, like me or my dad or my brother will go. And our shop is literally like our local. It's literally about, if I was to give like a ballpark exact number, I'd say it's about a 4-minute walk.
Okay, you're laughing.
Yeah, so it's all right. Like, we don't really have to go anywhere.
Like,
it's all good.
It's such a horrible time, but there's also some really lovely moments. I don't know if you found any, but like for me, like having the time to be with my little brother and my mum, like in the same house.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, yeah, it's crazy. There's a virus going on. We need to listen to what's going on. But at the same time, like, I'm having some wicked times, like, with my mum and my brother, man.
Yeah. I agree, bruv. Like, I feel like, you know, like, I kind of spend quite a lot of time with my family anyway when I think about it. But I feel like this is a bit different. Like, me and my brother was in the kitchen eating yesterday, and we were just watching a film. Like, we don't do stuff like that, really.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
Like, yeah, so we were just chilling in there, I can't remember what film it was. We was just busting up in the kitchen for ages.
Yeah.
Like, and that's like, we don't do that often. Do you know what I mean? So that was cool, like doing stuff like that.
You have like...
Yeah, there's positives from it, man. There is.
But obviously you just released like probably what I think is your biggest release, bro, on Nervous Records, yeah?
Yeah, no shadow of a doubt, bro.
Firstly, let me congratulate you because it's unbelievable.
Thank you, brother.
Nervous Records for me is also like massive inspiration. I got vinyls from Nervous, like
yeah.
Down, like it's a very well respected label.
100%, man.
But so big up for that. But it's such a bad time
appreciate it, bro. Say that again. It's what?
Such a bad time right now, isn't it? Like
it's mad, bro. Do you know what? Yeah, it's so mad because I remember like when I was getting to the point of release and then I put it out. The week before the release was when the kind of COVID thing came up in terms of like saying like, right, this is dangerous, things are getting cancelled and whatever. And I was just like, oh, it's a bit shit because like this could probably be getting played out and whatever else. But at the same time, again, I think it's taking the positives, just like more like, all right, well, that it might not be able to get played in clubs or whatever at the moment, but I'm still going to send it out. I'm still going to promote it. I can now, rather than focusing on the airplay, I can focus on actually getting it out to people to play and kind of building a fan base that way, rather than focusing on it being played by DJs or supported by DJs.
Yeah, if you build like a real network of people that are actually like messing with you. But
yeah,
the hard bit is, bro, I think is like, it'll be interesting to hear your opinion on this. Like,
yeah, go on.
what I'm finding with my social media and stuff now, I'm seeing the same people all the time on my stories, and the same people are liking mine. Like,
right.
I now need to see new people. I need new people to hear my new tune. I need like new people to check out my new mix. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't feel like social media is doing that for me.
So you feel like the clubs shutting, do you feel like it's stopped the outreach?
Well, I just think generally, like for us as DJs and producers, like I think the only thing really to focus on is to drop mixes right now, because I think the only people really listening to music are the real fans, the people that are
I agree with that.
That are training, the people that are going for runs, the people that are doing bike rides, you know.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
Because like as a DJ like myself, I had my radio show on Monday. Like that was the first time that I'd looked for new music.
Yeah.
Like because
during this time period, you mean?
Yeah, bro. I probably won't really look for too much else, because bro, every time I'm buying music, like I use Bandcamp, so
yeah, Bandcamp's sick. Yeah,
I'm spending dollar, bro.
Like, yeah.
Seriously,
yeah.
Like Monday's radio show was like 60 quid.
Yeah.
People don't think about that, bro.
Yeah. It's true. But and I think this is the thing, like. It's definitely a time for us to kind of utilize, in the sense that although we can't go out, like we're of a generation where, or we're at a time in life where the internet is our oyster, more or less. Like if this happened 20 years ago, like, bruv, I don't know.
Do you know what I said to my brother? I said, like, this is cool.
I don't know.
If we're all sent to isolation and there's no Wi-Fi, there's no internet. God.
Yeah, man.
Then isolation is like, real.
Yeah. This is what I'm saying. Like, if this happened 20 years ago, like, I'm trying to think, like, if we take grime, for example.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of studios were in houses and flats at the time. So there probably would have been like less raids and stuff like that, maybe. But I feel like it would have been very, very difficult for the scene to blossom anymore, because it would have just been radio and that's it.
Very interesting. You get to this point where you think how it's going to affect the scene. Yeah. I was chatting to Ricky today. Big up Ricky Sahara. He reckons that raving after this is going to go a lot more underground. There's going to be a lot more warehouse parties. There's going to be a lot more boat parties. And the reason for that is that, one, we still might have restrictions on venues, social. I don't think we're going to be able to come out of this, and like everyone, that's normal. Like you can go to Fire and Lightbox till 7 o'clock. I think there might be some curfews. I think you might only be allowed out in a certain area. Like, there's no way it can go back to being like, yeah, cool, do whatever you want. So I think that's going to force the scene to go a little bit more underground. Like, also, I think venues. There's certain venues that were struggling before this, anyway.
Yeah. The thing is, though, even if that does happen, it's not necessarily a bad thing. And the reason I say it's not necessarily a bad thing is because when you think of every raving genre that's existed in the country, or we'll say London, every single raving genre has started off via the underground.
Exactly.
No genre has started off any other way. Every genre started off underground first. It's been very cult-like, and everyone's got a hold of it. And then whoever was underground and wanted it to stay that way, they stayed there and branched off doing other stuff.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's not necessarily a bad thing. It becomes a bad thing when people get disheartened about it. That's when it becomes a bad thing, which I don't know whether that is a problem, but that could be a problem if people start going, oh, well, you know, if this happens again, like, and we get in this place, I don't want to put myself through this anymore. So I'll just forget about it.
The problem is that if it does go that way, it's a lot more likely to get tarnished, like gangs, bait drug dealing, people getting upset, fights, no security.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the last couple of raves that I've seen that were like that,
Yeah.
issues with people turning up at 10, 11 a.m. out of their face.
Yeah.
Person's
Yeah.
balloons, so you can't sell balloons, and like,
Yeah.
and these things do go on, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? There's like something that's very special about when you can get a good club with security, but you can still, everyone's cool. Do you know what I mean? There's no one doing anything to upset. There's no one doing anything that can upset. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I definitely hear that. I mean, I think what it's going to take as well. I think, do you know what though? Saying that on the subject of it going underground, is it will be very interesting to see what scenes at the moment that are quite underground, what scenes can thrive more once everything goes back to normal. And reason I say thrive more is you're going to have friendship groups where people might go to certain types of events, and because a big event's on, the people that go to the big events won't pay the I don't want to say little, the underground events no any attention.
Yeah.
But if there's not as much big events and there's only underground events to go to, it might have a lot more people be like, do you know what, like, all right, I'm going to come out because we've been away for so long. Let me just see what this is like. And then they actually come to find that they like something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like there's, I know, like Mind of a Dragon, he's been doing, and I actually got flipping a ticket for it as well, but obviously because of this foolishness. He did his Dragon Dance.
Okay.
I can't remember when he did the first one. It might have been in February or January. I can't remember. But it was done at a warehouse down like my way, like New Cross, Surrey Keys way.
Yeah.
And obviously, if you kind of follow, not necessarily him, but like a lot of the other like underground garage producers as well, like obviously you'll be there. But if you're not privy to it, then you won't know anything about it because you'll be involved in other stuff. But I feel like if he continues to do that, it's only going to come to the forefront a bit more because there's nowhere else to go. Well, so I feel like it, you know.
Yeah, go on. Finish what you're going to say.
I was just going to say, I feel like it could be a positive thing where it allows a lot of these events to kind of get some more publicity, but in a good way, for people to actually pay some more attention rather than it just being so underground.
Yeah, bro. I went to my mate Michael's rave at a secret location in Tottenham. Yeah, this was like, I think it was just before I went to Hideout, so it would have been like July kind of time. So it was it was a summer, it was a hot evening, and I went to this rave at like 2:00 in the morning. It was only around the corner from my boys' yard. Bruv,
okay.
So sick, but musically, like it wasn't house. Like the DJs were, they had a very boiler room-esque feel to an
okay.
I would say more electronic, but there's our vibes, but there was no rules, bro. There was no rules, like.
But that's when they're the best, man. It's just the purest party.
So good, bro. Like everyone was just super cool. Like I made friends with so many people just dancing, like girls.
Yeah.
Mingling. No phone policy as well.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I love the no phone thing, man. I love that.
Yeah, so bro,
I feel like that should happen more.
How does that, like, when did you first sort of start going out?
Bloody hell. It's mad, bro. I've been getting into clubs since I was like 14.
Okay.
Like, see, my older brother is a DJ. Shouts out my brother, Godfather. So, like, for example, I remember Viper, MC Viper, big up Viper. He had me as a guest on his radio show once. He was on West Side FM, and I think I was 16, maybe 15, 16, something like that. And I remember after the show, he's like, "Oh, you lot going home like now?" So we were like, "Yeah, we was going to." He's like, "Oh man, come to my residency with me." So we're from South. This is West Side's in North. So we're in like Harrow. So me and my brother are thinking, fucking hell, bro, it's gonna take us ages to get back.
Yeah.
But we were just like, you know what? We're out with Viper. This don't happen every day. Fuck it. Let's go in it. So we went with him. So I'm saying to Viper, like, but how am I gonna get in? Like, he's like, bro, you're good, don't worry, like, be fine. So I got in somehow, like as I did with a couple of clubs back then.
Yeah.
And like the point I'm getting to is this was a place where it was a residential spot. So kind of like I'm trying to think of what I can compare it to, like a Yates's maybe, something like that.
Okay.
And he's there. I can't remember who was playing for him. Might have been Max Denham, I think. And he's barring, like he is barring.
Yeah.
But it wasn't Ram, but he's barring.
Sick.
And people are just raving. And this is obviously social media was out, but it wasn't like where it is now. I think back then it would have just been Facebook.
Yeah.
And everyone's enjoying themselves. Every single person. Like, and this was what, 2009? Yeah. Around that time. Yeah. So
like drum, like garage, drum and bass, like
that party, or what I was just going to in general.
What's your sort of scene, right? Like that sort of time period when you're going out?
Bro, it was everything. Like a lot of the stuff. It was a lot of the stuff my brother was at, because the scene I came up through as well when I kind of started DJing was like a lot of multi-genre events. Okay. So I used to go out, I was out in the city a lot.
Yeah.
So a lot of those venues aren't even about anymore. So you got Mustard Bar, Agenda, Apt, Abacus, Corny and Barrow.
I don't know.
Even bruv, they're all gone. Literally, bruv, they're all gone. Like it's mad. They're all gone. But I was going to a lot of these parties, and then as well, like the dress code was very strict. So
you like, didn't it?
Yeah, bro, I love dressing up. Like, got no jeans. Got to wear shoes. Yeah, like I was going out to a lot of these events. And bro, I'm like, I'm not even 18 yet. And I'm squeezing.
Yeah, you got the whole thing,
bro. And my obviously it was before all of this. It was just this, bro. So it was squeezing me. Bro, the little porn star Tash was squeezing me. Squeezing me. Yeah, man. So yeah, there's a lot of multi-genre events. I didn't really start going to house stuff until a little bit later on.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's multi-genre events first.
What got you to the house sides?
What, as in going to the events?
Yeah.
It would have been DJing, to be fair. Bruv, I'm trying to think the first actual like full house event that I went to.
And what year, if you can?
The year would have been, I would say, probably 2010.
Okay.
Maybe 2011.
Off the back of
I'm trying to
DJ Funky.
Yeah. So like 2010, Funky was still quite prominent around that time, but it was also the period where there was a lot of soulful stuff.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. Do you know what? Saying that, I'm lying. I do remember the first house event I went to. Did you ever go to Raduno?
No.
Right. So Raduno, that was another big venue. So Raduno was in as in like status wise, it wasn't a big club. Raduno was on Charterhouse Street.
Right.
And me and my boy Jason, we went to Raduno again, bro. I was like 16, just turning 17, I think.
Mad.
and we was meant to go egg. We was meant to go egg that night for a rave. And the girl who was meant to get us into egg couldn't get us in. So we was like, fuck. So we ended up we drove to Raduno.
Okay.
Got to Raduno. Again, bruv, I can't remember how, but I squeezed in. I don't know how I got in, but I got in it.
That's the tag. Showed them.
Yeah, it must have been the touch. I got in. And I can't remember who was playing, but it was a lot of soulful stuff. So yeah, this would have been 2010. So I think, yeah, Raduno was the first club I went to and actually went out to a house event. But around that time, I spent a lot of time at Fridge Bar as well in Brixton.
I've heard of that. Yeah, I've heard of Fridge.
Yeah, yes. So Fridge Bar.
Times as well.
Say that again.
It's been in these times as well.
As in
DJing.
Yeah. Sorry, spinning. That's what you said. I thought you said billion. Yeah, spinning. Yeah. So from 2000 and I got my first actual booking in 2009.
Okay.
So I was playing at Fridge Bar often, nearly like every Saturday sometimes, or Friday. I was there. Yeah, I was there often throughout like 2010.
What kind of stuff were you playing in 2010, bro?
2010 was, so yeah, it was funky, and yeah, like soulful house. So like, I'm trying to think of tunes of that time period. Bloody hell, man! A big tune around that time. It came out even a bit earlier than that, but Kickstart,
Okay.
which is a funky tune. I'm sure it was Perempe that produced that. Perempe and D. Kickstart was a big tune. So that was getting played a lot. Yeah, Kickstart. I'm trying to think of other tunes, man. I can't think of much off the top of my head. But it was, yeah, a lot of funky and soulful stuff back then.
My knowledge of the funky is not good, but I do listen to Marcus Nasty Kids FM show. Yeah, when I'm doing my cardio, which is obviously now a lot more than ever. But
Yeah.
Stop, bruv. Like, stop. Proper.
Bruv. Marcus, yeah. Like, big up Marcus Nasty. He's like, he's a proper trailblazer for funky.
Yeah, bro.
Like him, Super D, Pioneer, Kismet, Fever,
Yes.
MA1, all of these lot, like, big up Icy as well. All of these lot, like, they proper trailblazed that. Like, they ran with it. And bro, it was a really big scene, like, because it was the first scene I kind of got into off my own back.
Okay.
Anything else that I knew about before would have been through like my older brother and his friends, or my older brothers and their people. But funky was the first thing I remember hearing and being gassed to find the tunes and collect them, and like dying to get to these raves. Obviously, I'm not old enough at the time, but I'm dying to get to these raves, hearing about like Iron Apple in 2007 and 2008 and thinking, oh, brother, wish I could be there, and whatever else.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, funky was a sick time. I was lucky because I caught the back end of it. I'd squeezed through the door very late, but obviously because of age. But I was older, I'd have been in there for a long time. But
yeah,
I squeezed through the back door a little bit and caught the last kind of essence of it.
There's like two wishes like that I could always go back to, like in time for me. Yeah, one would be like, a proper sick garage rave back in the day, like maybe 99 something.
Yeah.
Also, UK funky rave that's popping in like whatever the time was when it was at its peak. Before I mean, before it got too, when it started getting silly, like there's
gimmicky,
where there's some real rhythms in there, bruv. Like,
yeah, bruv, yeah, man, funky. Like between 2000 and I would say because the term funky kind of got coined in like 2000 and like 2006, 7, it got properly coined. Like before that, it was just deep soulful house to most people.
Yeah.
But because obviously the producer started making music and these lot were like speeding the tunes up a little bit and stuff like that, it kind of just started to form. But yeah, between like 2006 to 2008, like, bruv, I've seen footage from some raves. Like even my brother, he was going to some of them as well. So like he'd come home and tell me, like, yeah, man, it'd have been sick to go to one of them, definitely, like a proper one, like a red carpet, or one of those events. Like definitely.
Bro, it would just be so lit. Like,
Yeah, man.
it's just for me. Like, I'm there, I'm doing weights here, and then I'll just start like
Yeah, bro. You can't help it. You can't help it. Funky was a proper. It's a genre for us to be proud of. Definitely.
Right, and then other genres that you like to educate me on via Instagram is the dancehall, bruv.
The dancehall, yeah, man.
Send me, bruv, because you know I love it. When the sun's out
yeah.
and I'm driving and I'm in a gassed mood, bruv, when I put on.
Yeah.
But you said a couple of rhythms, and we were gonna go out, innit? I had the date in my diary.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, don't worry. We'll still do that. Don't worry. We're doing that.
So fill everyone.
We're doing that 100%.
You said you're gonna roll with. Like, I'm allowed to roll with you to an event.
Yeah, bro. Of course. Yeah. 100%. 100%. We're doing that 100%.
We had the date. We actually did have the date.
Yeah. It's but because of this, obviously, this fucking shit. Like it will get pushed back.
It was going to be your brother's thing or your cousin.
Yeah, my brother's rave. Yeah, it's called ITDK. So they like fuse old school and new school music together, and they kind of play it throughout the whole night. But there's two dancehall sets in. There's an old school one. There's a new school one.
Oh, I'm gassed to it.
Yeah, bro. So it's it's proper. I'm telling you, it's proper.
When the new date comes out, then
100%, bro. Definitely
need to be involved. But
yeah.
When did you first get involved with Flex FM?
So I joined Flex in 2017.
Okay.
Obviously, my first show wasn't until none of our first shows weren't until 2018. I've been on the station 3 times before when it was a pirate station, I believe. Once with my boy Decimal, once with Mills, and there was one other time, I think. So I think 3 times I was on there prior. But 2017 was when I actually joined, and then went on in 2018.
Like properly legal then, isn't it? 2017.
Yeah, 2017 was when they got their license, if I remember rightly. Yeah, it'd have been. Was it January 2017 they actually got their license?
Can't remember.
Or maybe even no, I'm lying. Maybe a bit later on in the year, towards summer. Yeah.
So you got to see from the few times that you went before, like the old studios to what it is now.
Yes, yeah. I kind of got to see the evolution a little bit. Obviously, I knew about the station anyway because it's been around for years.
Yeah, of course.
But like I was kind of I'd say fortunate enough to go when it was pirate and get the feel of like how the studios were then,
back in the day,
like what they're like now.
What radios were you playing on back in the day, bro?
Again, age-wise, because obviously pirate radio wasn't a massive thing. As I've got older, I didn't play on much, but again, I was fortunate. One of the stations I was on for a while was a station near my house. It was down the road. It's by Heavy Green Station called Pure FM. Yeah. Pure. It was 104.0 on the FM. And I was on there for a little while. My brethren Reaper, who's like he's a garage legend. Big up Reaper. He was involved in management of Pure FM, so I was down the road from my house. And I was on there for a little while, and I met quite a few friends on there. I was on Pure for a while. I played on Live FM a couple of times. Live was a big station in East London. Okay. I played on Live a couple of times. I was on another station near my house called London Sounds as well. I can't remember what frequency that was. The guy that runs that or ran that, he runs Playback FM now.
Okay.
Louis V, big up Louis V. So I was on there as well. I was on a couple of stations, but I didn't get that much experience of getting to play on many. Been to quite a few studios because my brother was on a few stations. So I've got the chance to see some pirate radio studios. But in terms of being on any, I was on 2 properly, and I got to play on a couple.
So, like, what do you say that you DJ, bro? Because I always think of you as a garage DJ.
Yeah, so it's funny because I've had this conversation with a couple of people. So as time's gone on, I say house and garage now. Yeah. But I was always a house DJ first, always, and I was initially always. I just did garage sets here and there, but again, as time's gone on and I've collected more more garage, for example, over the years and stuff like that. And I've always loved garage and always been heavily involved in it. I just didn't play it as much when I was younger. I played house a lot more. But definitely, yeah, I just say both now. But I don't really mind, like, if someone says, "Oh, are you a garage DJ?" I'm like, "Yeah, I play garage." I don't really, like, I don't blow it out and say, "No, you need to remember that I play house as well." Like, yeah, it don't really bother me.
It's hard. A lot, like, now there's so many, like, little genres, and people want to say they just do this and they just do that, or it's
Yeah,
all
I mean, like, yeah, like, I mean, I made my name through playing house. Just a lot of people just know me for playing garage. But when I was like, when all of the venues that closed down were open, like Hidden and Number 65 and all these places like in Vauxhall and whatever else, like, I was a house DJ then, playing at house raves. And I'm still playing house now. It's just now, because my sound is very much influenced by garage, it's easy for people to just be like, "You're a garage DJ," but it doesn't, it doesn't bother me. Like, you know what I mean?
On a day-to-day basis, bro, what kind of music are you listening to?
On a day-to-day, I listen to a lot of R&B and hip hop, to be fair.
Okay.
Old and new.
Right.
So yeah, a lot of R&B and hip hop. Like, I'm trying to think of artists. I love IMDb.
Okay.
I listen to I love Emma V, who's a sick R&B artist.
What it is, bro?
Say that again.
I don't know any of these people you just mentioned.
Yeah, man. I'll send you some of this, bro. They're sick artists, man. IMDb, Emma V, Xylo, she's sick as well. Devon Morrison. Okay. And then hip hop wise, I love Griselda. Trying to think who else. El Camino.
I don't think I know.
Yeah, man. There's loads, bro. Yeah, bro. I listen to a lot of R&B and hip hop. You'd be surprised. Like, a lot of people think I'm just listening to house and garage all day, but 9 times out of 10, like, it's definitely more R&B and hip hop I listen to on a day-to-day basis.
I find I only listen to house to really find tunes that I need to DJ with. That's it.
Yeah, same. If I'm listening to house or garage, it's a set I'm listening to.
Or I'm hunting for tunes, or I listen to my own mixes.
Yeah. I do the same. Yeah, I do the same, bro.
I think every DJ listens to their own mixes, you know.
Yeah, man. I listen to a lot of mine as well. Like, nothing wrong with listening to your own mixes.
Are you able to record any stuff at the moment, or you got a little setup available or not?
In terms of DJing? Yeah, so it's funny, bro. Do you know what's mad? I've been DJing for, this year will be officially 11 years I've been DJing for, yeah. Man. And I've never owned a pair of decks, ever.
Raw.
Never owned a pair. I've had decks in my house, like through like friends or whatever. I've never owned a pair. I've never owned a pair. But my brother, like, he has a controller. I don't really like using controllers, to be fair, but if I have to, it's cool. Like,
the mix has got to get done.
Yeah. If I feel like doing one, I'll just whip the controller out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never actually owned a pair.
That's mad.
Never owned a pair.
I'm gonna get, as soon as I'm allowed out of the house, I want to get to West End DJ to get I'm gonna get an SL 1210, man.
You're gonna get what?
I'm gonna get a Technic 1210. Yeah,
I want to get some as well. I think, to be fair, if I was gonna get decks, I'd get 1210s. I don't really want CDJs. Not that I don't want them, but I'd rather the 1210s, to be honest.
The thing is, the way I see it is, like, the Technics now, they're about 800 each, about that.
Yeah.
I'm going to get one, and then I'm going to, like, wait until I can get the second one whenever I can, yeah? But, like, the Pioneer do one now called the PX 500, I think it is.
Yeah.
You could basically get a pair of them for, like, a bag.
Yeah, the Pioneer ones are all right as well. They're cool.
Oh, right, well, I paid them my mates still, like, they're decent, like.
Yeah, they're all right, man.
I played on Technics a lot because I had them at the studio, but similar story, the Technics weren't actually mine. He was like, just keep them here for whoever needs. Shout out Montana.
Yeah.
For whoever needs, he just gave them there. He just, like, was supporting the the studio like that.
Supporting the cause, yeah.
Yeah, so I was using them a lot, bro. And then to go from like being able to spin wax to not, like it feels quite empty, to be honest with you, bro. Like I would much rather have a go at mixing vinyl for an hour rather than playing on my CDJs.
Yeah. The thing is as well, when you learn, when you mix with vinyl, like it just makes you a hell of a lot sharper. Like it makes you so much sharper. Like, and I'm not one of them people that knocks people that didn't start by mixing on vinyl, because I didn't. I learned later on. But I feel like you should, if you don't know how to, you should. It just makes you so much more sharper. Like,
I think it's sick, bro. Like the whole
yeah, it is. I love it, man. I love it.
The whole touch, like
it's very manual. Yeah. It's very, very manual.
Bro, like when I'm there, like when I'm playing on CDJ, I keep going like that because my decks are there, but no one knows it.
Yeah.
When I'm playing on my CDJs, bro, like I can be on my phone, like I can lose focus. But when you're playing vinyl, you
can't afford to do that.
It's isolated on that one thing, bro. You're just so focused.
Yeah.
You just lose time like that, bro.
Yeah, man. They're the best. They're the best at like the whole, like you said, the whole feel. Like everything feels like a moment. The choosing what tune you're gonna play, picking it, looking at it, right, it's dusty, blowing it off, putting it on, everything.
The whole day. Like I was going Notting Hill Music Exchange to dig for records. So
Yeah.
That becomes the trip as well. And then it's like, you get it, I'll go back to the studio, I'll take out the ones that I just got from the store, like I'll play it. Like, wow, I've spent all day looking for music, you know? Like I've spent all day like digging on my phone, like through vinyl. Like,
Yeah.
Sick because you work for it as well, bro.
Yeah. It's a proper process. Like you even, you know, now everything's just so accessible. Like even if you need something, like, and you don't have it, you can ask someone for it.
Yeah.
Oh, brother, have you got this? Send it to you. Vinyl wise, like there's a sense of like they can't just give you their record. Like they can't go and copy it. Like, you know.
Music
so
is so dispensable. That's the problem.
Yeah. Very much so. Very much so.
That's the problem. You know, like also as well, especially I found this is why I had to come off Beatport, bro. I had to stop shopping on Beatport because.
Oh, so you actually don't shop on Beatport anymore?
No, fully. I'm not on Beatport anymore.
Okay.
Like unless there's a tune that I really want, but I'll go on Bandcamp, bro, and like I find like I really dig for records. Like I spent all of Sunday like 6 hours looking for music for my show on Monday. Like, and I find Bandcamp, like you have to do that to find the music.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
It's not easy. You can't just put in like remix, or because you're gonna bring up like rock and mad stuff and this and
Yeah.
Like, so much crazy stuff on there that's not like needed for me. But when
yeah,
the little pocket of house or garage sound, especially garage, like my garage stuff that I've found over the last 6 months has all been from Bandcamp.
All on Bandcamp. Yeah. Yeah, bruv. Yeah, man. There's so much sick house and garage producers out there. Like it's a sound I've been playing for ages. So like, you know, like I started, obviously again, it's always been something that I've liked, but again, during like certain time periods, like 2011 to like 2013, like I was playing a lot of like deeper, like minimal and techie stuff then.
Okay.
All of the bangers that you'll like remember around that, anything around that time period, like anything that surrounded that I was playing.
Yeah.
But even around that time, I was still flirting with, wow, this is sick. But playing it in the club, I don't think it would have translated how I wanted it to. And as time went on, I was like, nah, man, I'm going to start like playing some of this shit because this is sick. And there's just, bruv, there's so many producers. Like there's so many. There's so many, man. Like they're out there. There's a pair of them.
Bro, it's mad that some of the new stuff that's being made now is just, it's perfect. Like it's perfect because it's got, for me, it's got the crunchy drums. It's got the snappiness, super tight. But then it's got like a more polished, dirtier bass sound that
Yes, yeah. It does. It does.
It's lacking that boom. It's lacking that. Do you know what I mean? That sound that we've become so accustomed to now.
Yeah.
But yeah, big up all the producers doing their thing. The UK garage scene is looking healthy right now.
Yeah, man, it is, bro. There's a lot of them out there, man. There's a lot of them out there. Like, I'm happy to have contributed a little bit. There's a lot of them out there.
Yeah, let me just big up Dim Sum Records and UK Hun as well, my boys.
Yeah, Dim Sum are sick, bro. Sick,
Yeah,
sick.
he dropped some nice little mixes. Oh, and big up Mick
Yeah.
Two-Step Connoisseur. Do you follow him?
Yeah.
His page.
Yeah, sick, bro.
His page is
Man. There's so many, bro. Like, even my brethren Perception, like.
Is that your brethren, yeah?
Yeah, bro. I've known Perception since more or less since I started. I've known Perception about 10 years.
Bro, Keep Hush play set on
the
YouTube.
set.
Gets banged in my house, yeah, like daily, bruv.
Yeah, bruv. Yeah, man. Perception, bruv. Like, for as long as I've known him, like, bruv, the brother's just got so much dubs. It's stupid. Like, he's just got tunes that no one else will have or find.
Bro, there's another set that I always play in the car because basically I've got TV in my room, yeah. So I listen to the Keep Hush set when I'm in my room, and then when I'm in my car,
yeah,
I'll tell you the set that I listen to. Yeah, it'll be in my recent likes. Perception live in Berlin at Paloma Bar on the 14th.
Oh yeah,
14th of December 2019.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
All the time, bro. Like 2 hours as well, so it's sick. I could do my cardio.
Yeah, man. Just let it play. Yeah, man. Perception, big up Perception. He's sick, bro. Like, as like production wise, different.
Yeah, bro.
Different.
Sound and sets for me, brother. Just
yeah. He's bro. Like, his vinyl collection is just stupid. His dub plate collection is stupid. Like, he's sick. Perception, man. Big up Percy.
And there's another set as well, who you know UK Hun, yeah? They've dropped a podcast, 013 Northern Division, which was a 3-hour special, yeah? It's Horrell, Peaky Beats and Pinder.
Okay, I know Pinder.
Yeah, I've got some of Pinder's productions. But that's also like 3 hours, wicked set.
Okay, I have to check that out.
And Franco and Harper.
I have to check that out.
Whatever Franco and Harper release on Council Work as well, it's always banging.
Yeah. Bruv, there's so many, man. There's so many. It's sick. It's sick to see. Like, we're in a time now where, you know, we can do that. Like, you can make what you make, get your fan base, and just thrive. Like, do your thing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, it's sick.
When I saw that set come up, however it come up on my SoundCloud, I don't know, but like Perception in Berlin, bro, like they're booking UK artists to play UK garage.
It's sick.
Like,
it's sick.
In Berlin, bro.
It's sick.
Not even really happening on that level, like hit, like, do you know what I mean?
No, it's not. Yeah, but that's what I mean. That's the you hit the nail on the head just there. The fact that someone from Berlin can be looking over here and think, hold on a minute, like, and there's still people here that aren't, like, I know a bunch of people, like, that are quite close to me, and like, speaking to them about garage, like, they just have no idea. For them, it's just like, garage, like, what? Like, that's still a thing. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Is that still a thing? Yeah, like,
the same people will be like, yeah, we've got any DJ like an MC Nate.
Yeah, bruv. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, it's of course it's still a thing. Like, it's very much a thing. Like, there's everything is out there. Everything.
Well, what are you
sick times?
What are you hoping for this summer, man? What's the dream? What's the dreams, bro?
Bruv, to fucking go back outside. Like, that would be a start.
Yeah,
that would be a start. Bruv, do you know what? Just to capitalize off the music. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've been doing a lot of work. Like I said, during this time period, like, bruv, I've got so much to work on.
I've seen your stories. You've been busy in the studio. I see you.
Yeah, bruv. Like, I'm sitting at my studio desk now. Like, there's just so much for me to work on. I'm not complaining at all. Like, it's just the fact that it would be sick to just proper capitalize on that, get out, get back in the clubs, and just, you know what I mean? Like, even hopefully meant to be playing at Carnival this year. So whether that's going to go ahead or not, obviously we don't know. But like, you know, if it does, then like, thank the Lord. But if it don't, like, is what it is.
My last Carnival was 2017.
Okay, I went 2018 was my last one, I think.
Also my first Carnival.
Oh, swear.
Yeah, it was an experience. I lost everyone that I went with, bro. Like,
oh, swear. Oh, you had one of them ones.
I still had an alright time, but
yeah, I hear you. For your first time, you got to be with everyone. You have to
be with everyone, innit?
You have to. If you're not with everyone, it's not the same. It's not the same. You got to be with everyone.
And I also did see some pretty mad fights as well.
Yeah, bro. See, this is the thing about Carnival, yeah, and it's one thing that annoys me a lot is Carnival is so, like, when it's so funny when people talk about festival season and talk about, but bro, Carnival is a festival. That's what it is. Like, it's a festival, bro. Like, but because of all the connotations and how the publicity it gets, the negative publicity that it gets with all like the hood rats coming and causing their problems and whatever, it fucks it up. But at the same time, bruv, there's so much sick things about Carnival. Like the fact that there is so much sound systems, it is ridiculous. Like, whatever you want to hear, bruv, you can go somewhere and hear it. Like, I've been to Carnival, I'm trying to think how many times I've gone. Because I only started going again over the last couple of years. The first time I went, I was young. I don't even remember. My brothers taught me. All I remember is having my hand in my brother's back pocket and him saying, "Don't take your hand out of my pocket." That's all I remember. I'd have been about, I don't know, 7 years old, maybe, something like that. And then started going again at like 23. So I've been going for the past like 4 or 5 years. But there's just sound systems everywhere. Like, you got KCC who plays like all like proper authentic house stuff. Then you got like flipping King Tubby's, where I always go to King Tubby's because you hear everything. Okay. Then you got like Rampage. You got my brethren, Strike, shout out Strike for Sound. He's there. You got Mad Fingers who's there, with his sound and being on the float and whatever. Like, there's so much sound systems to choose from. It's like you're like a kid. You get there and you're like, fuck, where do we start, boys? Yeah. Like, where are you going first?
That's what I did. Because obviously I lost my people, and then I was like, do you know what? If I can hear some good music, like, I'll be sweet. Do you know what I mean? I'll get a little drink, like, chat to a couple of girls. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So I found 2 stages that I love. The one was playing like the deep house, old school, like 2012, but that more like when it went a bit more underground, like techie, like
yeah.
And then another one was obviously a dancehall to my just
of course, yeah. Vocalin and all of that. Yeah, man. No, Carnival's sick, man. It's just it is very fucking annoying when it gets spoiled. Like, like, that's why, like, when me and my boys and my brother go, like, obviously I wouldn't ever say the names. I'm trying to slate the sound system, but there's certain roads and sounds we just stay away from. Like, we're just like, we're not going there because we know what it is.
I was rolling with you,
bro. When we come off, I'm gonna message you and tell you the ones to stay away from, because I know the ones that you shouldn't go to, because it's hassle, bro. It's hassle. Like,
this year, it all goes ahead, and you can give me the best Carnival experience.
Bruv, if it goes ahead this year, you're rolling. I'm telling you, bruv. Whenever me and Milo go Carnival, it's nothing but jokes and fun every year. Yeah. Like the videos that I put up from the last time we went, bruv, I was laughing the whole day, like the whole fucking day. Bruv, it's vibes.
Like, I don't know about you, but I get a little bit saddened that we're in this state right now, man. Like,
yeah, man, it is shit. It really is shit. And you never expect it either. Like, we're quite spoiled.
Well, I said to my mate, I've locked down my brain. I'm not thinking about playing music to people. I'm not thinking about linking girls. I'm not thinking about going out on dates. I'm not like serious. I'm just here. I'm thankful. I'm waking up every day. I'm in a lovely house. Everything's good. Like, I'm with my family. But bro, I had a day when, like, I started to think about what life was and what I could do and just get up and go gym and do whatever. Like, it made me really down for the whole day, bro. Like,
yeah.
I said, like, tomorrow when I wake up, I'm not going to think about anything that I used to do outside. I'm just going to be thankful
Yeah.
I'm here and just go about my day. And that's how I
Yeah,
have
bro. And the thing is, you know what, right? You get like me and my brother were talking about this the other day, and it's quite annoying to see when you get, I don't even know how to label them, but you get the activists that are like, oh, if you're at home during this time and you're not utilizing your time and you're not trying to work out to make this $1 million business, you're a shit person. It's just like, bruv, like I just fuck off. Do you know what I mean? Like every single person that's going through this now, like we all have our ways of dealing with things. So if that means, bruv, like, I'll be honest with you, for the first time when this all started, I was milking it. I was like, what? Cool. I'm stuck at my studio desk. And I was, bro. I was at my studio desk every day for like at least collectively, I would say about 8 to 9 hours a day. I was at my studio desk just making rhythms, finishing stuff off, mixing stuff down, whatever the case may be. Bro, for the past couple of days, bro, I've been going to bed at whatever time, waking up at whatever time. And not because I'm like, freedom, but it's more just a thing of, I'm not going to put pressure on myself to be like, you've done that for 5 days. You need to get back at that studio desk. If you don't, you're a slob. It's just like,
Bro,
no, like
exactly. Like for me, that's the best summary, because you are not going to have motivation every day when you wake up at home.
100%. It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. And it's like, it took me a little bit of time into this thing to realize that. Like, I'll be waking up and be thinking like, oh, why don't I want to go on my walk today? Like, what's going on? Like, but you're just not, when you do, you're doing the same thing every day, doing the same walk every day. Yeah. You're not going to be in the mood some days, and that's cool.
No. It is cool. We're humans, bro. Like, you know, especially us as creatives as well. Like, remember how our brains work. A lot of the time, our brains work off inspiration. So it's difficult for us to get inspired by stuff when we're just in the house. Like, that's why, like, as you saw on my Insta yesterday, I was like, let me go in the loft and see what my dad goes through. Because yeah, bro, I had a nice little dig through. I picked my brother's got like a massive CD collection. So I went through all of his singles, all of the singles that I've got acapellas. I was took them out. Yes. So I'm gonna try and get some inspiration through that, which I should do, like I did yesterday, looking through my dad's stuff. But even then, it's not pressure for us to do that. Like, no one forced me to do that. I just thought, I suppose I could do, I guess. But it's difficult for us as it is to get inspiration sometimes, because I'm not, I don't know about you, but I'm not a person that I can't get to my studio desk, open Logic and be like, right, let's make something. Yeah, like it don't work. And then anytime I have tried that, I've deleted what I've made because I'm like, this is shit. I'm not gonna finish it.
I have to be doing something and then I go, oh my God. And then I'll run to the studio. Like
literally.
Very rarely am I sat in here like, let's make a tune.
Yeah, it doesn't work. It doesn't work, man.
It doesn't work. But
it don't work.
Time to be making. We can have an album sorted by the time that we're done from this.
Yeah, and it's mad. That's kind of the mindset I think about. I'm like, do you know what? Like, this is a sick time to make like a plethora of music and just have stuff to play around with. So if I wanted to put out like a fat EP, I could. But then again, it's the double-edged sword where you're like, you don't want to pressurize yourself to do that. Yeah. So it's you know what I mean? It's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. It's a bit, you know what I mean? It's a bit mad, but. You know, like we just got to like.
Are you doing any exercise? I saw a picture of you back in the day. You were looking quite.
Bro, listen, yeah. Do you know what's so mad about this exercise thing? Like when I tell you, yeah, like 2017 going into 2018, bro. When I tell you, I was so hard on track. Like, I'm a qualified PT and everything. Like, so. I was, bro, hard on going, like, when I tell you I was living gym life, but this was also during a time where I wasn't focusing on music as much, so it was a bit of a distraction, a good distraction though, in a way. So, bro, I was going gym like 5-6 days a week, eating like 6 to 8 meals a day. Yeah, like, bro, I put on like, within the space of a year, I put on like nearly 10 kilos. Like, I was working, and then, bruv.
But that's your natural type, bruv. Like
yeah.
That's your natural body type. Like for me, bro, even being real, I'll be real. In the last 3 weeks, bro, I've lost 5 pounds now, and it's only gonna get more.
Yeah.
We're only gonna go back to, especially when you're gymming. That's not a natural state for your body to be in. Like it's true,
man.
So much pressure. Like
yeah.
from a nutrition perspective and also from a training perspective. Like,
Yeah.
like they should, because if you do the nutrition, then you get the mad results from the training. Simple as that.
Yeah. It's true.
It's inevitable that I'm going to lose weight because I can't physically eat how I used to eat because I'm not chicken breast, bro. I can't get eggs.
Bro, listen, bro. The whole thing is, the thing is, that's another thing. It's funny that you say that about exercise because I was like, oh, this is actually a time period for me to just be like, nah, man, like sort yourself out. Because I loved training. I was so, even before getting into the gym stuff, like even in school, I loved PE. I wanted to flip and do sports psychology at uni. Never went uni, but that's what I wanted to do. So I was looking into, like, I've always been heavily interested in nutrition, sports, the body, like all sorts. So I was like, hey, it's kind of a natural thing for me to get into. I've got bodybuilders in my family. It's there. But at the same time, it's also something that I'm aware, as you'll be aware, if you force yourself to do it, it won't turn you mad, but you'll end up putting yourself in a certain state because you'll be like, right, today I'm going to do this. And you don't do it, or it doesn't go the way you want it to go, and then you're disheartened. You think, oh, fuck.
You know what, bro? I agree with you 100%. But I think the healthiest approach to the whole exercise and gym thing, if you want to do it seriously, and I always say this to people, like, for me, I've only been able to get in the best shape of my life possible because I've realized the benefits that it has for my head rather than my body.
Yeah, that's a sick way to look at it.
So yeah, and it took me a long, bro. I always used to yo-yo diet. Like, I've been mad shredded before. I've competed, like, but this is the first time in my life that I've managed to look good consistently for the past, I don't know, let's say year and a half, maybe. Like,
because of how you've looked at it.
Yeah, because before it used to be like, I'm going on holiday, or I've got this, or I'm going to do a photo shoot, or whatever. But then it's like, raw. That's not how it needs to be. It needs to be like you do the training and you do the food stuff because you love how it makes you feel. Like, I say to people, bro, like, I don't do it for how I look. Like, I do it because I get up and I smash gym every day from as soon as I get up, and that sets me up. That gets me going. Like, that gives me life. And bro, like, I've never trained more. Like, since my dad died, bro, like, I've never trained more. Like, it gives me strength. You know what I'm saying? Like, I come out of the gym, I'm Superman, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I'll take on anything. I'm ready to go. Whatever you want.
Yeah. You definitely fucking look like Superman, bro. I'll tell you that for free.
I'm still holding on to just a little bit.
Yeah, you definitely look like Superman, bro. I'll tell you that for a fact.
I'm lucky.
You're doing all right.
Lucky that I enjoy the training and I enjoy the food, and I'm naturally a big geezer, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, right now, like, yeah, I've lost weight, but I'm eating like very sensible, normal food.
What are you at weight-wise?
Weight-wise, right now I'm at 1610, which is like 106 kilos, just about.
I was gonna say you look over 100 kilos. Have to be.
Yeah. I went to Hideout. Yeah, like, I would say, like, looking like my tightest, and I was 100 kilos bang on, and I always stay between 100 and 105. And I still have abs because
you got it like that. So the abs are there. You got it like that. I hear you.
Because, like I said, bro, I want to feel good. Like, for me, when and I've got a nice stomach and that. And bro, it's also when you get bigger, like, the more fat you carry. Like, this sounds bad, but the shitter you look. For me personally,
bruv, I agree. Listen, bruv, one of my worst nightmares, and this is why it's almost a subconscious thing I have in the back of my head. Why I don't force training, because I'm like, when I'm ready to proper get back in the gym and go hard, I will do it. Because my worst nightmare is having a belly, bruv. It can't happen. I've had abs since I was about 12. It's going to stay that way. Like, it's not. Sometimes I look and I'm like, wait, oh, they're there. All right, cool.
You're like, so you're sick then, because
no worries.
Yeah, I've never been blessed like that. Mine are there, but that's because I make sure they have to stay there. Like,
but it's the same mentality. You're like, I ain't losing these. They're not going nowhere. Like, it's not happening.
You can't.
Yeah. It's the best mindset to have where that's concerned. I can't lie. You sit there and go, I'll never get a belly. It can't happen. Like. So that's my worst.
You like banging weights? I can imagine you being quite a fast guy, like running.
Yeah, I was a bit of a sprinter in school. No Olympian or nothing like that. But I was quick. But yeah, like I'm trying to think. So like I used to train. There's a bodybuilding gym. It's probably, I'm gonna say it's the best bodybuilding gym in Southeast London. It's Southwest, but Southeast for sure. Metroflex.
I've heard of it. My mate trained there back in the day.
Yeah, bro, but fucking wicked gym. Big up Doug at Metroflex. I was training there a lot. I used to go with my mate Tynos. He's a DJ as well. Big up Tynos, my big bro. And yeah, so when I was training with Tynos, it was a lot of like, we used to do it was a lot of strength based stuff, to be fair. It was volume as well, but it was a lot of strength stuff. But it was good because it put me in a different mindset because of my size. So I'm naturally slim. Yeah. I used to doubt myself quite a lot. Not like I used to be like, I ain't gonna be able to do that, but I just didn't think I would be able to.
Yeah.
And then training with him, brother, I'm lifting, and I'm like, bro, hold on a minute, like I've clearly like looked at this the complete wrong way. Because, brother, I was what? When I was at my heaviest, I was 77 kg.
Okay.
And I could deadlift 140 for like 8 reps.
Good. Well, that's good.
So that's what I mean. But I didn't like, bruv, I'm looking at 3 plates aside and I'm like, how the fuck am I picking that up? Like, it's not going to work, bro. But
I think that's the biggest thing for your life. Like that moment when you're facing something,
yeah.
Sometimes you sit under the bench and you think, I don't know how many I'm going to be able to do here. Like that, yeah, you need that in your life, bro.
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
So, because like you might fail it, you might achieve, like, and that's also a lesson for life, bro.
Yeah, because the sick thing is about failing as well, is you don't get pissed off. You're like, what? Hold on. No, I'm doing that again. I'm getting this, bro. Like it's a different outlook. You don't look at it and go, oh man, fuck this, man. You're like, no, that was nearly up. I've got to do it again.
Yeah.
And then after a couple tries,
it's a sad time for all the gym man out there. It's a sad.
Bro, yeah, Tynos, my bro, he's feeling it now because he lives in there, bro. So he manages a gym. He's in there every day. Yeah, so he's hurting right now.
I can't wait.
It's a mad one.
Bro, is there?
Yeah, man.
Go on. What were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say when it gets back to normal, it'll be Chris, man. We'll be back in there.
We hope so. You know I was gonna say, is there any final shout outs you want to do? Anyone you want to big up, brother?
Do you know what? I suppose just through all of this, like, just anyone that's like, feeling negative and whatever. I understand it's definitely a shit time that we're experiencing or whatever, but bro, like, we're all in it. Like, and I'm not one of them cliche guys. We're in this together. We are, but we don't live in each other. We don't live in each other's houses. Yeah, we don't live in each other's houses. We don't speak to each other every day. But everyone's going through it. Do you know what I mean? Just don't feed into the hype. Don't sit there on social media looking for the good news. Just like, just wait on it and fucking just be patient, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? That's all you can do.
Ride it out. And they say.
Yeah, man. Just ride it out, bro. I suppose this way, how we can put it is, if you ever need to do anything, you got to go to jail for it. You'll be all right because we're kind of doing it now. So.
Well, do you know what? That's another thing that put it in mad perspective. Someone put up on their story saying this is real isolation, and it was like a shot of them from their phone. Obviously, it got sent from his boy or something on a prison bed, back of a prison door, like iron door, bruv, like grimy. And
it could be worse, bro.
I was like, yeah,
that's the way I look at it, bro. It could be worse. Like a lot of us, I'm very fortunate, I think, and that's why it's easy for me to have this outlook. So I get it, but like, I'm fortunate. I've got my studio desk here. I'm in the house with my family. Not everyone has that. So if you have got that, like, don't be an arsehole and be out here talking about, I just want to go back outside. This is so shit, bro. Just be fortunate in it. Like, be grateful.
Thanks, because everything will come to those who wait.
Yeah, bruv, you know what I mean? And all of that stuff. You get me? So.
Brother, stay on the thing. I'm going to stop the recording. We'll chat in a sec.
Yeah, go on.
Isolation series, #02, signing out with my brother, Stixy D. Thank you for your time, brother. I really appreciate it.